The home screen layout of our Massey Ferguson S-Series tractors with the Datatronic 5 is very simple. Starting out in the top left-hand corner, you're going to have your date. To the right of that is going to be our carousel management, which will allow us to change how our carousel is organized. To the right of that, we have our time, which can be displayed in 24-hour or whatever display you want it to be. On the right is our outside temperature. To the right of that is our start button for our painting function. If you're going to be using paint in our navigation screen, you'll have to make sure you hit this button to paint in the field. To the right of that is our profiles. We can come in here and change our profiles from implement to implement depending on what we're working with in the year. The top right-hand corner is our 3 bars. Those are our navigation bars. That is where we are going to come to change any settings we want to change in this tractor. On the left-hand side, we have our ribbon. This is where all of our vital tractor information is going to display on this screen. All of these are fully changeable, and we can modify those to reflect whatever value we want in the tractor. To the right, the red steering wheel is going to be our auto guide button. This is going to indicate if the auto guide is active, inactive, or has a line. You will see it change colors. If you go to activate and grab a line, it'll turn green here. Red just means it's inactive. Down to the bottom middle, we have our F1 and F2 functionality. These buttons will display what F1 and F2 are set to, which are the buttons on our multifunction joystick to the left. F1 you can see is set to our headland management, and F2 is set to engage the 4-wheel drive. To the right of that, this is our PTO RPM. You can see we don't have any RPM now because I don't have the PTO engaged on the tractor, but this is where the RPM of the PTO will display when running the PTO. Right of that, you have our 3-point position, rear 3-point position. You can see our white dots of our minimum and maximum sets, and then the blue bar graph is actually the position of the 3-point in the rear of the tractor. And then finally, at the bottom of the screen, you have all of our remote valves at the rear of the tractor and what their controls are set to. So you can see valve 1 is on the up-down of the micro joystick on the multifunction, valve 2 is on the left-right of the multifunction, and valve 3 is set to our fingertip on the right. And you can see valve 4 and 5 have no settings for controls. To change any of these settings, this is a very straightforward and simple process. We're not going to cover that in this video, but if you reference our YouTube page and our other videos posted, we will cover each one of these functions and how to change and modify them individually.